Hello, little children. Welcome back to Taylor's Bible Story Book. And we have another story today. And it's story number 7. And it's called What Happened to Lot? Then Abram moved to a place called Hebron and built an altar to the Lord. That was the third altar he had built since he had arrived. For he loved to have an altar near him wherever he moved so that he could sacrifice to the Lord and to worship him. But before long, there was a war. 4 kings came with their armies and attacked the city of Sodom where Lot lived, and they conquered it. They went into the houses and took food, money, clothing, and anything else that they wanted. They took some of the people too, and Lot was taken away to be a slave. When Abram heard that that Lot was taken away, that he called together his 318 servants and some of his friends, and he chased after the army to try to rescue Lot. Soon Abram and his men caught up with the 4 kings and their armies, and they attacked them. And God gave them the victory. So all the captives were rescued. Abram rescued Lot. On the way back to Sodom, Melchizedek, the godly king of a city called Salem, came out to meet Abram, bringing him bread and wine. Then Melchizedek blessed Abram. He asked God to be good to him, and he thanked God for giving Abram the victory. Abram gave Melchizedek 1/10 of everything that he had taken away from the enemy army. How happy the king of Sodom was when he saw Abram returning with his captives. "Give me back my people," the king said to Abram, "but you can keep everything else for yourself. All the food, clothes, and jewelry, keep it all for yourself," the king told him. But Abram said no, he wouldn't keep anything for himself because he had promised God that he wouldn't. The men who had helped him could take some of the things he said, but he would take nothing so that no one would ever say, "I made Abram rich." He wanted only God to be able to say that. One day God told Abram, "I am your friend." So Abram reminded his great friend that he wanted a son, for he had no children. God promised to give him one. Then he took Abram out under the night skies and told him to look up at the stars and ask him whether he could count them. Abram couldn't do it because there were so many. Then God told him, "You will not only have a son, but many, many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Their families will be like the stars up there, too many to count." But God also told Abram that these people of his would be taken away to another country as slaves and be treated cruelly for many years. But afterwards, God said, "I will punish those who hurt them, and I will bring them back again to the land of Israel, and they will be very rich." God also said that Abram would live to be an old man and would die happy. Abram's wife, Sarah, owned a slave girl named Hagar. She was Abram's other wife, but Sarah was angry with her and punished her. Then Hagar ran away into the lonely wilderness where no one lived. The angel of the Lord found her beside a spring and asked her where she had come from and where she was going. She answered that she had run away from Sarah. Then the angel told her to go back to Sarah again and to obey her. The angel also said that Hagar would have a son whose name would be Ishmael, and that he would be a fighter. He wouldn't like other people, and they wouldn't like him. So Hagar went back to Sarah, and afterwards God gave her the son he had promised, and she named him Ishmael. When Abram was 99 years old, God talked with him again. Abram lay face downward on the ground while God talked to him. God said again that he would give Abram many, many grandchildren and great-grandchildren, a whole country full of them, and some of them would be kings. God now made a promise to Abram and his children. I will be your God, he said, and you will be my people. Then God promised again to give the land of Israel to the Jews. Now God gave Abram a new name. Your name isn't Abram anymore, God said. From now on, it is Abraham. Abraham means the father of a whole country. And he gave Sarah a new name too. And it was Sarah, which means princess. So the Lord changed both their names and promised again to give them a son whose name would be Isaac. And that's the end of what happened to Lot. Story number 7. I hope you're enjoying Taylor's Bible Story book. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.